Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Ram ProMaster 2500. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in Provo, Utah for giving me some time with this cargo van. They have two of these available for sale for the time being. So if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can reach out to them. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 3.6-liter V6 that's paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 276 horsepower and then 250 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So first off, you guys can see we've got halogen bulbs for the headlights, and then we've got some fog light action down below. Ram logo front and center with a camera there below the A, and then we do have some parking sensors here on the front end. And then this one is finished in, I think it's granite crystal for the color, some metallic gray. And then you can see at the very top there we've got the cab lights and all of that. And when you put it all together, I mean, for a cargo van, I think it's pretty snazzy looking. Coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 225, 75, 16 in the front and over in the rear. And then you guys can see here with the wheels themselves, got the Ram logo there in the center. And I like how they're darker in coloration. Here's a quick look at the mirror. You guys can hopefully see the little camera there at the bottom. And yeah, absolutely massive. And then got the regular handle right there. But we have another handle over here for the sliding door, which is always fun. It obviously gives you access to the back. We'll pop into the back in a little bit. But it's always nice to have that side sliding door, especially when people do like conversions. What you usually see is this will be the only door that'll be usable. And then here's your full side view with the Ram ProMaster. Now taking a look at the key fob, you've got this to unlock the front doors. This is to unlock the side and the back doors, and then your lock function for everything. And then you've got your remote start function, the Ram logo there on the back. And speaking of the back, let's open this bad boy up. So you guys can see I can just pull the door here, and that's kind of like a normal-ish opening. And then I can push back, and I can keep going, and keep going, and keep going. Wait for it, wait for it. And then it'll stop like right there. It gives kind of like a hard point. But you guys can see with the door open all the way, I mean, that is great. You can see a little storage net there. And then for the interior, or well, I'm saying interior door because you got the handle right here. Same thing. So you have the first catch point here. You can see how it kind of stays. And then you can just keep pushing. And you can like let it go at any point. It's not like as sturdy, if that makes sense though. This is another catch point though right here, as you can see. But then obviously you can do the full opening. So if you need to get something in that's extra wide, then it will allow you to do that. And now popping inside, obviously you got the wheel wells to contend with here in the back. That's all cargo vans. But we've got plenty of room. I mean, look at this. Hopefully you guys can see me at some point. I don't know what the lighting's like in here, probably horrible. But yeah, I mean, you can stand up here, so that is great. I think that if you're taller than like 6'2", 6'3", well, let's see. Yeah, if you're probably like 6'4", then that's where you'll probably be almost touching the top, 6'4", 6'5". So, I mean, it would accommodate tall people, but yeah, tons of space back here. And then always remember to close the doors in the proper order so that things will latch properly, which, and kind of fun to do that. Anyways, finishing things up with the overall design with the rear end. I mean, it's a cargo van. It has a receiver hitch there at the bottom. I'll show you guys payload capacity in a little bit. But yeah, there you go. So taking a look at the front door panel, you got padding here. You're gonna rest your arm. All of our window controls here. We've got this to fold in the mirrors. You got your mirror adjustments as well. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and 4,000 pounds of payload here with this 2500. Got these really nice looking cloth seats. And they're actually pretty comfortable as well. You guys can see the padding's solid. They are manually adjustable for those of you that are wondering. Got your parking brake right here as well, and then you got the little control for the fog lights. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, I've got really nice padding all around, and then darker stitching on the center portion. Radio controls on the back. I do like this overall design here. I think it's pretty cool. Some controls for the center stack, and then you guys can see the regular stocks there on the back. And I guess we've got a bunch of blank area right there. So here is the center gauge cluster. As you can see, I have like the 2 analog gauges on either side, and then we've got the screen there in the center, which will show you different bits of vehicle information. Pretty standard stuff. Most modern vehicles have it. Nice that this cargo van has it. Now you guys can see this has a full 360 camera system. I kind of alluded to that earlier, which is really helpful with a cargo van because we don't have any windows in this in the back, so being able to see all around is definitely a big plus. Now as for the rest of the infotainment screen, response time with this is actually really good. I like how there's a little ProMaster there for the vehicle. That's pretty cool. Yeah, easy to use, and then you've got analog controls here for the volume and tuner buttons down below. We've got our climate control system, and I like how, look at this, it fills in with the blue as you get colder, and then fills in with the red as you get hotter, and then same with the fan speed. I don't know, I think that's kind of fun. And then parking sensors, you got that for to lock everything, stability control, and then we have this little storage space right here, I guess, for your phone, which is nice. Shifter for that 9-speed automatic transmission, and then also cup holders down below. And speaking of storage, got a bunch on the dash here as well. And then you got the storage above the glove box, also charging. And then inside the glove box as well. So there's that. And then on the topic of storage, I guess, we got more up above here, just above the sun visor area. And then, like I said, there's no windows back there, so it just echoes a bunch and not a lot of visibility, except for those mirrors do help out. Here's our window sticker for this ProMaster. Base MSRP $48,075. You guys can see all the standard equipment. And then the options. This one's pretty loaded up option-wise, from what I see. Total MSRP $56,005. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, and well, nothing throughout the rest of the rear because cargo van life. Again, that's why that 360 camera comes in clutch. So yeah, doing full turns in this. It's a big vehicle actually. Yeah, camera system does help out though quite substantially. Ooh, look at that. So, setting off in the Ram ProMaster 2500. Now, I feel like this particular van is more of a, I'd say like a, I guess a camper van conversion setup rather than a commercial. I mean, you could use this for commercial use, obviously. But, you know, having like the blacked out wheels, and that one's a cool color, by the way. I didn't realize that. It's like a flat gray. Maybe I should have done the review on that one. Ah! Anyways. But yeah, I mean, this, like the color and all that kind of stuff, like commercial vans, right? They do the least amount of options possible, and you know, it's always white. So it's kind of my take on that. And I mean, it's big, but it drives well. It's pretty dang comfortable so far. We'll say that. Turn signal sound is weird. It's very weird. I don't think I've heard something like that quite before. But let's see how the 9-speed performs here. Smooth. Yeah, so really, I like the performance so far. It's smooth. Yeah, it's really smooth overall. So is the suspension. And by the way, seats are comfortable too. So I think all in all, they've done a good job with the overall setup. We're gonna get our acceleration here. I mean, for a cargo van, it moves at a pretty decent pace. So I think that's quite impressive. The 9-speed's very smooth. So they have done a really good job there as well. So yeah, let's sum things up here. First off, when it comes to looks, I do like how they've packaged this. I think it looks really good. And then these seats, like I said, seats are comfortable. All of that's good. I think they've done a good job with this setup. I like the new 9-speed. I've driven one of these before, and yeah, this kind of like double confirms, like the 9-speed. The only thing that I'd say is I think that Ram needs to do a couple things. I think they should offer some sort of diesel. I think there are people that just like diesels and cargo vans. I know they had the Eco Diesel before, but yeah, they don't have that anymore, obviously. And then all-wheel drive. You know, Mercedes has all-wheel drive in their Sprinter. Ford has all-wheel drive in the Transit. And this is front-wheel drive only, which is fine for most commercial use. But if Ram really wants to start selling this to van life enthusiasts, then, you know, they're gonna have to do something that would give this the ability to do some off-roading, aka, again, adding all-wheel drive, adding limited slip differential, you know, stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think about this.